Look, your laptop is currently snitching on you, recording every metadata packet. But what if you could run an OS that quite literally leaves zero DNA on your hard drive? Think about your current setup for a moment. I mean, whether you're on a MacBook or some custom Windows rig, you're operating under a massive delusion. You think that because you cleared your browser history or emptied the recycle bin, you've wiped the slate clean. You haven't. See, in the world of modern computing, privacy isn't a feature. It's a liability that Silicon Valley has systematically engineered out of existence. Your operating system is essentially a high-tech informant. Look, Microsoft and Apple have built empires on telemetry. Sarcastic. Telemetry. That's just a sophisticated term for the constant, unceasing stream of data flowing from your keyboard directly to their servers. Every application you open, every Wi-Fi network you connect to, even the cadence of your keystrokes, it's all logged. It's stored in databases that can be subpoenaed by the state or exfiltrated by a zero-day exploit. This creates a digital trail that is quite literally impossible to outrun. It's a permanent record of your digital life, stored on a hard drive that never truly forgets. But there's a nuclear option. It's authoritative. It's called TAILS. The acronym stands for the Amnesic Incognito Live System. And honestly, mate, it's the closest thing we have to a digital invisibility cloak. See, whilst Windows wants to remember everything about you to feed its algorithms, Tails is designed with a singular, brilliant purpose: to forget. It's an operating system that lives entirely in your RAM. That means the second you shut it down, every trace of your session evaporates. No logs, no metadata, and absolutely no forensic evidence left on the physical disk. It's the tool of choice for whistleblowers and those navigating the deepest, darkest corners of the web.
But look, the amnesia is only half the battle. If you were using this to navigate the dark web or leak documents to the press, the network is your biggest vulnerability. You have probably seen the endless barrage of sponsorships for VPNs, promising you total invisibility with a single toggle switch. I am here to tell you that is largely marketing fluff, designed for college students who want to watch foreign Netflix. To a state-level actor, a VPN is just a single point of failure. It is child's play compared to what is happening here. Tails does not trust a single server in Panama or the British Virgin Islands. Intrigued? Instead, it uses what I consider a brilliant, bloody, massive headache for the authorities: Tor by default routing. I am talking about a system-level enforcement that forces every single packet of data leaving your machine through a triple-layered encryption tunnel. Your data is bounced around 3 different volunteer nodes across the globe before it ever hits the open web. Each layer is peeled back like an onion, meaning no single server knows both who you are and where you are going. If an application tries to bypass this and connect directly to the internet, Tails simply kills the connection. It is hardware-level isolation that makes standard privacy tools look like, well, toys. You are not just hiding your IP address, you are stripping away the very digital fingerprints that make you a target. It creates a vacuum where your digital footprint should be. But here's the thing. That is not even the craziest part of the engineering. Because whilst the software is designed to be perfect, there was one detail everyone missed. One detail that could compromise the entire operation. See, that detail? That's the human element. The sheer, daunting inconvenience of being a digital ghost. Look, I've used Tails for an extended period, and I can tell you right now, it is a bloody nightmare for anyone used to the modern web. You have to realize that our entire digital existence is built on the back of convenience. We trade our data for the ability to never type a password twice, or wait more than a second for a page to load. But in Tails, that trade is cancelled. There are no cookies, no saved sessions, and absolutely no streaming your favorite shows. Honestly, trying to watch a high-definition video over the Tor network is like trying to suck a bowling ball through a straw. It's a slow, agonizing process that feels like you've been transported back to 2005. But the lack of Netflix is actually the least of your worries. Here's the part they don't mention in the privacy forums. By trying to be invisible, you become the most interesting person in the room. This is the paradox of conspicuous invisibility. See, whilst Tails hides what you are doing, it cannot hide that you are using Tails. Your ISP knows you're connecting to a Tor entry node. To the algorithms running at the NSA or GCHQ, that is a massive red flag. You are no longer just another face in the crowd of a billion users. You are a person of interest. Think about it. If you walk into a bank wearing a balaclava, you are technically hiding your face, but you are also the only person everyone is looking at. Intelligence agencies have spent decades mapping the exit and entry nodes of the Tor network. By opting for total isolation, you might be stepping out of the frying pan and straight into a very high-tech fire. You are trading a broad, shallow surveillance for a deep, targeted scrutiny.
It's a brilliant piece of engineering, but it creates a vacuum. And in the world of intelligence, a vacuum is something that needs to be filled with answers. You aren't just private. You are conspicuous. That raises a terrifying question. If the tools we use to hide are the very things that mark us for observation, is true privacy even possible? Or are we just choosing which predator gets to track us? But look, the rabbit hole goes even deeper than government surveillance. Because there is a side to Tails that even the developers are hesitant to discuss, involving a vulnerability that has nothing to do with code and everything to do with the physical world around you. So, where does that actually leave us? After peeling back the layers of how this system really operates, you have to ask yourself, right? Are you actually ready for this level of digital isolation? Because let's be honest, Tails isn't for your daily TikTok scroll or those late-night gaming sessions. I mean, it is bloody massive overkill for the average user. It's clunky, it's restrictive, and it turns the high-speed internet we take for granted into a slow, frustrating crawl. But look, in an era where our privacy is being phased out like some legacy bug, Tails is the ultimate break glass in case of emergency protocol. I see it as the digital equivalent of a bug out bag. You might never need to use it, but knowing it's there, that gives you a power most people have already surrendered. It is the power to reclaim your status as a ghost in the machine. When the stakes are life and death, or when the surveillance state decides you are a person of interest, Tails is quite literally the only way to stop being a data point and start being a human being again. I think we've become far too comfortable with being tracked.